Uh, Hello everyone. Just muting my. Here we go. Here we go. Welcome everyone. Today in Spontaneous Stories, we are going to talk about fear of public speaking, and everything has started. Actually, everything started long time ago. When Okay, sorry. Always there is some technical fine tuning happening when you start the live. So let's start properly. So we are going to talk about the fear of the public speaking, and I was saying that everything started long time ago when in 1984 a study supported by a social anxiety study done in New York find that the result was incredible, amazing. So the study was related to the anxiety to speaking in public. But was a little bit like hidden in the question that was asked to people in New York. And the question was actually the following: what do you fear most? And there were a list of answer, and the result was absolutely amazing because what people feared most was not the dead, but was the walking into a room filled of people as a first place, and the second place was speaking in public, and in the third place was the dead. So people were fearing much more the dead than speaking in public. That was the second place into the survey, and in the first place was walking in a room full of the people. And this should not be surprise. I think that this no should be surprised by anyone because I think that it happens very often that we walk in a party, we walk in a room filled of people that we don't know, and we don't feel, let's say, completely at our in our ease that okay, who are all these people? And this is really related to our human, let's say, DNA behavior. It's a behavior that it's capable in our surviving gene. Okay, so if we don't know the environment that is around us, we don't feel comfortable. So we have this anxiety rising that say, oh, something is going wrong. I think that it makes sense as a scientific, very simple scientific explanation. But then why speaking in public is it's creating anxiety? Because of course, first of all, it's confronting with people that you don't know. But sometimes also there are other things that makes the speaking in public more creating more anxiety to every one of us. I mean, also to me, and there are some other elements. Okay, one is that I don't know I don't know the people that I'm speaking with. Is the room is filled of people, and I don't know someone. Maybe I know some, I know someone, but I don't know everyone, and I don't feel, let's say, comfortable. The second point is second great point that make us having a fear to speak in public is the fear to fail. Okay, so what is going to happen in our brain? We think, okay, what is going to happen if I fail? What is going to happen if I'm not able to articulate properly what I would like to say? If my words come out in a silly way, or I move in a stupid way, or I mean, what I perceive, it's like I am on the spot and I don't like it because I'm doing something that I don't like. So this is one of the great element of anxiety. So the fear of failing. So it's not really the fear of speaking in public, but it's the fear to do something that then can be later on judged, or in that moment judged as negative. Think about that. The point is not having the fear to speak, is the fear to do something wrong. And let's put this point on a side for a second. Let's settle in our mind that the fact that it's not the fear of speaking in public, it's a fear of doing something wrong. And then, of course, there are other elements that in some way are connected to this one, because if you are in a professional environment, you want to look professional. If you are in an interview, you want to nail the interview and look successful, confident. You want to make sure that you nail the interview, you got the place. Or if you are in asking for founding, you want to make sure that you convince the people that have to give you the money and the budget for founding, and so on. So that, but if you think about that, is always connected to this anxiety. Now the psychologists and the scientists, neuroscience scientists, found that this is a real anxiety. I mean, okay, there is a real anxiety called fear of public speaking, FOPS, POPs, if you want. And this anxiety is it's for everyone. For me, it's for you. And now let's understand how to work with this anxiety, and make sure that in the end, when we talk about public speaking, this anxiety is not stopping us to speak. Okay? And the first point is, let's recollect what I said before. The first point is that it's not the fear of speaking, it's the fear to fail. And this is going to happen also in sport, in music. When I was young, I was playing in a band, and I was like 12 years old. I was playing the keyboards. I was just learning how to play the keyboards, and we were, let's say, all young, 12 years old, 13 years old, and we were playing. Into the in Italy we have some places in the basement of the buildings where we store things. We readapted this room to a playing room. So I have one friend that was playing the drums, another friend was playing the guitar, and I was playing the keyboards. And we were playing, let's say, among us. But then one day, one of our friends say, "Oh, why come to the party and please do some music for us." And I do remember that I was very excited. I was very excited about the opportunity to play in front of a public. Excitement was really tangible. But on the other hand, I was really, let's say, scared. I was scared to hit the wrong key on the keyboard. I was scared to do something wrong, to hit the wrong notes, and everyone would say, "Oh, look, you come to play, and then you don't know how to play." And the day of the party came, and we did a lot of course, rehearsal, a lot of tests, a lot of tries, and we were playing also easy music. It was like we were 13 years old. But then what happens that the day of the party, I mean, when I was putting my hands on the keyboard, the finger was like trembling, really trembling. And then happens that no one was really caring about that. I mean, I was so scared that my finger was trembling, and I was from time to time hitting the wrong keys. It was happening, and no one was really caring about that. Everyone was enjoying the sound, the noise, if you want, that we were doing. And no one was really caring, or maybe really noticing that I was doing some mistakes. And this is told me, I mean, was not really quick learn. I mean, at 13 years old, you're really learning these things very quickly. We did other party, we grew up, but the point is, this gave me the idea that no matter what I was doing, people on the party, people in the audience were really noticing all the details. We're really not there, let's say, to say, "Oh, whoa, look, you hit the wrong note, you hit the wrong chord." People were enjoying. People were not really exactly knowing what I was playing. And then this was also fun things. Sometimes you do the cover, and then people know the cover because you're redoing the famous song. But if you do your own song, if you let's say do your composition, no one knows what we are playing. So there is no point that you are doing a mistake. This is to say that except, I would like to say, probably the sport, where the result is very objective, or except the point where you have a competition where the final goal, it's very clear, or you win or you don't win. In all other situations like creativity, music, and public speaking, there is no point to have a fear to fail, because no one will notice. If during a speech you forget a part of your speech, just jump to the next one. Just find a way to say what you want to say. In the end, it's your speech, it's your content. You know what you are going to say, not the audience. Just make sure that you are going to bring your message to the end. That's a key point. It's not about how we speak. Of course, how we speak and all the techniques and skills are important, but is it much more important the message? And the fear is not how we speak. The fear is related to the fact that we can fail. That's a very important. That's a very important first elements that I would like to share with you today. So now let's have a look if there is any message coming. I would like to check in my, yeah, we are live in YouTube and LinkedIn, no messages. If you have any question, drop my question into the chat. If you don't have a question and you are rewatching this as a recorded video, drop me a comment and I will be very happy to answer. Now, say that it's the problem of fear of public speaking. It's not the speaking. It's the fear of people that we don't know, or is the fear that we can fail in what we are going to do. Let's set our mind in a point that if we tell ourselves, I know what I'm going to talk about, I know my content, I know I am an expert on it area, and I would like to come to deliver this message. If I know what the message I'm going to deliver, even though the message is not completely polished, even the message is not exactly how I planned to deliver it, is still our message and still working, because the people are not there to judge you for every single word that you are saying or how you're saying, unless you are not like a professional speaker and you are in a speaking competition where every element of your speech is analyzed. Okay, but even though in the speaking competition, the element of the content, the message, is much more important than the delivery. The delivery is important. There are three big parts that you are evaluated, for example, in a Toastmaster competition, speaking competition, but the message is the key things. So don't be worried about the fact that you can forget a word, you can forget a phrase. And this is really helping, because you go on the stage, you have this anxiety, and you say, you know what? This is my message. I want to deliver my. And I would like to say, enjoy. But let's go a step ahead, because you say, you know, Riccardo, it's all good, but when I go on the stage, my mind went black. When I go to the stage, my hands start sweating, and all these people looking at me, I'm really, let's say, I don't like it. Yes, it's happening. And again, I would like to stress the message. This is what the people that are looking to you that makes you uncomfortable. Is the fear to say something that is not right that makes you uncomfortable. It's not the speaking. How to overcome it. So there is no one. There is no one. One thing that fits to everyone. Okay. Everyone is different, and this is the beautiful things. So there are some suggestions. Someone suggests to have something in your hands like a pen, so you can play with a pen. Someone suggested to have like an anti-stress in your hands. Someone suggests to do some breathing exercise before your speech, so you are relaxed. Someone drink a cup of tea before. Someone drink something. Meanwhile, you're speaking, like I'm doing right now, because I need some water. There are some techniques, and they all work. Some techniques will work better with you. Some other techniques not. One other technique is making a power pose, like yes, like Superman, I can do it. Or listening empowering music, or someone is listening calming music. Again, everyone has his technique. I would like to suggest you to find the technique that help you to relax a bit. And it's the same technique if you like doing sport, if you are a football player, if you like doing, I don't know, archery, whatever it is your sport. If you have a technique to relax you before doing your sport, doing it also for public speaking, because this is what is relaxing. But it's not enough, because this is the beginning. So this is relaxing you at the beginning of before you enter on the stage. But then what you can do when you are on the stage, I would like to say I don't want to say silly things, but enjoy. That's what I would say. Enjoy your message. Make sure that you are on the stage and you want to share with the audience that you are doing something that you like to do it, or you like, I mean, if you are a professional speaker, maybe, oh, you have to do this presentation. Sometimes it happened to me. Okay, let's stop for a second. When I say the word enjoy, I say, okay, Riccardo, I click, I go on. I choose to invest my time in a different way. Wait a second. Listen, I I have a background of program and project management. I've been program manager, project manager in so many programs, a huge program, small programs. And you know what is going to happen when you are a project manager? Every week, you have the status reporting. Sometimes happen twice a week. You have a status reporting. That means that you are in front. If you are lucky, your team. If you are, let's say, a program manager or higher, in front of the client that sometimes is not really, let's say, open to listen what you are going to say, and you need to tell the client how things are going on. Now I can tell you, it doesn't exist a project that have no problems. It doesn't exist a project where the client is happy 100%. That's absolutely a myth. You go in the status report and there is always something that you need to adjust. I don't want to talk about project management. It's happening. But the point is, you are forced to speak in some way in public because there is the client, there is the technical team, there is 3 people from the client, maybe sometimes there are partners. I mean, you can find yourself in a room filled of like 20 people sometimes, okay? And you are forced to speak. So, Riccardo, do you really enjoy doing this? Do you really enjoy speaking in this situation? Well, let me say, I'm not really enjoying it, but I'm very proud being program manager in this program. And I know that sometimes I have to report tough situation. I have to tell to my client that we are in late. I have to tell to my client we need more money. I have to tell to my client something unpleasant. Or I tell something to my client and I know that the client is always complaining about every point, even though the things are going well. But I love my job. I love doing the program manager. So yes, it's not a really enjoyable situation. I bring the proud part of my job into this delivery, into this public speaking. Deliver the report, the status report, saying, yes, I can do it. I can do it because this is my job and I'm doing in a proper way. And maybe I'm enjoying it. Maybe I'm enjoying it in any case. Or if I'm not enjoying, I know that I'm doing my job and I'm doing my job in a proper way. It's a kind of rewarding. So the point is, go on the stage and find a way that rewards you. You enjoy speaking, rewards you enjoy speaking. Your reward is convince the audience. Your reward is the audience, feeling the audience that is clapping. That's great. Your reward is bringing a message of inclusion, diversity. Your reward is bringing a message of sustainability. Whatever is your why, and I don't want to mention about Simon Sinek with the why, but whatever is your why, make sure that where you're going to the stage or in a public speaking situation, in a presentation, in a status report meeting, you know what is your why, and make sure that this your why keep you give you the positive energy into the delivery, into the meeting, and brings away this fear to fail that is still there. It's not going away, but it's still there. I hope that this is helping. I don't see any question. So we say that this is not really. Let's recap a little bit. We say it's not really the fear of speaking in public, is the fear of failing, is the fear of everyone that is looking to us. I give you some ideas, tips and hints to relax yourself before the speak, before going on the stage. I give you a mindset when you go on the stage and say, enjoy, be proud, feel your why when you're going on the stage. So this is like pushing you. But let me be a little bit more scientific, okay? Because the reason why today in this conversation I decided to bring the topic of fear of public speaking is because yesterday I was listening to one of my Toastmaster Club member practicing her speech, and she bring in her speech one topic that I was not really aware about this topic, but really like pulling switch on an idea in my mind. And the topic was related about the theory of flow. So now I'm not going to speak about the theory of flow, but it's really I'm going really to touch a bit about the theory of flow and how the theory of flow is connected to the fear of public speaking. So now let's do this and go to my tablet, because there is a nice graph, because I am a beginner of. Okay, so the theory of flow says that basically say a lot of things, but the most important things is that in our in what we do, that is, could be sport, could be music, could be public speaking, could be also, let's say, working every day. If we consider two elements, one element is the level of the challenge that we have. Okay, so the level of the challenge. Okay, so this is the level of the challenge. And the other element that line. The other element is instead here. Okay, the other element is the skill, or the skills, as you want. Let's call it skill. So in one side we have the challenge. So if we have a low challenge, medium challenge, high challenge. So what we are going to do is challenging, less challenging, high challenging. And in the axis over there, we have the level of the skills that we perceive. Basically, the skill that we have, but also the skill that we perceive to have it. That is a very important, it's a very psychological thing, because sometimes we perceive that we are not skilled enough. So let's focus on the level of the perceived skills. Okay, so the theory of flow says that basically when the level of the perceived challenge is balanced with the level of the skill that we think that we have, we are in so-called flow. Okay, because what is going to happen, that is going to happen this one, and I will go back into the flow in a second, that when the level of the challenge is high, but we think that we don't have enough skills, we are in an area that is it's basically considered an anxiety area. So the point is So the point is this one: we perceive that our level of skills are not comparable with the challenge that we are facing, and so we feel the anxiety. We are going in front of a audience, a public. We play in a band, and we feel I'm not so good to play this song, and then we feel anxiety. We go in front of an audience and we have to speak, and we say I'm not going to do this because I'm going to fail. I'm going to forget my words. I'm going to say something wrong. Well, that's where the anxiety lies. Okay. On the other hand, there is here below another area where our level of skills is it's a pretty high, considered the challenge. So if the challenge is it's perceived not so high against the level of the skill that we have, we say, oh, we are very skilled on this. Imagine sometimes that let's do this. This is very, very true in sports, but it's also very true in other situations. We are able to run like an half marathon, 21 kilometers, and then we have to run 5 kilometers. We say, okay, 5 kilometers we can run it without problem. The level of the challenge is it's very low, so I can do it without problem. We play a very simple song in front of an audience. Well, yeah, it's too short. We can do it. Okay, so we can do it. But the point is that because the level of the challenge is it's low and the skills are very high, we experience what is called the boredom. Okay, so we are in the end annoyed, and this is all going also to happen when we have to do a task that is it's a task that we like filling an Excel file, and we say, okay, this is easy. It's not really something that is really challenging me. Well, that's the area of the boredom. So now the theory of the flow says that when we are in the middle of the two, between the anxiety and the boredom, with the perceived challenge and the perceived skills that we have, we are in the perfect situation. And there are some other degrees through the line while the challenge and the skills are growing, that design the so-called flow. But the key message here is the following. The key message here is the following. If we perceive that our speaking skills are like average, okay, and we need to speak in front of our friends, maybe we say, okay, in front of our friends, I can do it. Okay, in front of our team, I can do it. It's not a big challenge. In front of someone that I don't know, well, this is a challenge because I'm going to end into the anxiety. So you say, yeah, I have anxiety because I have to speak in front of someone that I don't know, and this is giving me an anxiety. And this is remind me a nice quote that it's not a quote, it's a nice phrase that a friend of mine told me, that she told me, I don't want a public when I'm doing public speaking. So she say, I'm good to speak, but I don't want to speak in front of a public. So yeah, what's the point? But she was saying at the point, oh yeah, I'm good to speak. I'm going to deliver my speeches when I'm going, let's say, to few people that I know, but I'm going to speak in front of an audience that I don't know. Well, this is really scaring me, because the perceived level of the challenge is pretty high against the skill that we have. Now here is the point. If your why to speak in front of the audience is showing your knowledge, giving a message to convince someone to invest in your ideas, or some other things like that, you work on your skill. You do some practice. You do some practice in front of of your friend to elevate the level of your skill, until you don't feel, let's say, at the level to overcome the challenge. This kind of exercise is exactly the kind of exercise where you learn. It's a kind of exercise where you push yourself forward and say, I can improve my skills because I would like to face this challenge. So, no fear. Manage your anxiety and push yourself. Because the anxiety is just the result of the fact that you perceive the challenge not at the level of your skills. Just practice, just have a right training, just have a coach, public speaking coach like me, that give you some tips and hints and say, you know, you are good to do this. Focus on these things. Your skills are good. You can do it. Focus on your message. Don't bother about if you don't remember all the lines. No bother. You are good with your body language. Use your body language. Focus on your delivery. That's why right training and right practice help you to push you through the line of the flow and feel yourself in the point that you are pushing yourself, you are pushing the skills, and you feel yourself that yes, I can make it. And the level of perceived challenge is going at the same level of the skill. You are in the flow. That's a scientific explanation. I know that when you walk on the stage, it's not exactly the same. But having in mind this nice scientific explanation about why you needed to be into the flow, and you don't need to be, you needed to manage your anxiety for what it is, what you perceive, what your human elements perceive, that fear to feel, fear to fail, fear to confront people that you don't know. Put on the other side the fact that you are enjoying. Put on the other side the fact that you have a why to go on the stage. Put on the other side, be proud of your work. Put on the other side that you can make it, because then you can convince your investor to give your money. That's a kind of game of balance. There are tips, there are hints I mentioned before. There are techniques to do this. I'm going to slide to the end of this of today conversation about communication stories, and the way that I would like to end is talking about storytelling, because I mean, this live space is called Spontaneous Stories. Is coming from my spontaneous stories methodology, and this is exactly why I crafted this methodology. There are thousands of methodology about public speaking, about storytelling, about going on the stage, overcoming the fear, be better speaker, and so on. So why, Riccardo, should I listen to you? Well, I mean, you can decide if you want to listen to me or not, but my why is the following. It's all based on storytelling. When I say storytelling, it's not telling a story. It's a much more 360 degrees round group of skills. It's all revolving around the fact that as a human, we are natural born to say stories. We are not gifted to say stories. We are not talented to say stories. We are capable. Our brain loves create stories and loves listening stories. We need to learn how to do this. We are not gifted. We are not talented. There is no such things as gift and talent, but we are good to do this. And when we do this, magic happens. Magic happens. And that's the kind of magic that I would like to highlight. When you are going to tell a story about yourself, about something that happened to your good friend, you have no fear of speaking in public. Imagine you are at the barbecue with the friends and you are talking about football. Well, most of the time you are no fear to tell to your friends how good your team is. Or you are talking about the last time that you went for shopping in a big mall and there were amazing brands. I mean, I have two daughters, one wife, and sometimes I go for shopping with them. And the enjoyable things is going by shop, all the big brands or small brands, and let's browsing. I mean, and then what they do, they tell, oh, I've been there, I saw this, I browsed this, there were good things. It's a story. This is storytelling. It's all storytelling, and we love tell stories. So next time that you have a presentation, next time that you are forced to speak in a meeting, to speak in even one-to-one with your manager, with your boss, with your leader, or if you are a leader and you need to speak with your team, what is your why? No worries. I don't want to say you tell your story, but just connect what you have done today. Oh, today is why everyone is talking about the weather. Because it's easy way to create a little story. Oh, today was raining. I came home completely wet. Today was really cold. Oh, this weather is really, let's say, unpleasant because it's always gray, no sun. I mean, complaining is not a great way to do the story, but in the end, it's a way to connect. So my suggestion in this one, focus on storytelling skills to overcome the fear to go on the stage. Because you already have the skill. You already have the skill. Work on your skill as a storyteller. Work your skill as telling information in a compelling way, and thus your challenges will be balanced. I know what you're thinking, Riccardo. This is a professional environment. This is a business. You are streaming on YouTube, but maybe YouTube is good, but you're streaming also in LinkedIn is a professional channel. We go in front of professional people. I cannot tell stories. Well, watch my previous videos where I show and I dig into the reason why stories are always appropriate in every environment. The right stories for the right environment. Storytelling is appropriate also in business because storytelling makes us authentic. The storytelling makes us engaging. No have the fear to work on a story. No have the fear to work on your storytelling skills. And this will bring you through the flow also in a challenging situation, in a very, very high stake critical situation, in a very high stake steering committee. When you tell why your team can achieve a result, when you tell why you think that the supplier team is failing, you are always telling a story. Just making sure you craft the story in a proper. There are techniques, approach, there are always stories. This really helps, let's say, to overcome this fear of speaking in front of people that you don't know, or fear to say something wrong and fail in what you're doing. That is. I really hope that you have enjoyed in today live. I'm going to close today. Follow me in LinkedIn if you want to be warned that the next time that I'm going to be live. That is every Thursday at 12:30 p.m. UK time or GMT time. The same, subscribe in my YouTube channel. This video will stay in LinkedIn, in YouTube. YouTube is much easier to find them. And yes, thank you very much for your time. I hope that this was helpful for you, and see you next week. Bye. Storytelling.